Hi everybody, this is Anatcrypto live stream as usual, the place where we are talking about Farcaster and my Farcaster's feed. We are discussing the news, and first will be what if the difficulty of using crypto is not a bug but a feature, serving as a great filter for people. So I made an observation in the area of community building. I love English conversational clubs in different cities, so that's when non-native speakers talk to each other. And it's a great filter for pleasant and educated people who want something more in their lives beyond money or entertainment. So the same goes for crypto. The complexities of using and storing crypto are good filter. If freedom is truly valuable for you, you will master your wallets and learn the international language, so no matter what it takes. When I hear about mass adoption, I picture it being extremely fragmented. Would you really want to interact often with people who don't share your values? We need thoughtful filters for that. So my take is the difficulty of using crypto, it's not bad. It's good for building right community. Anyway, crypto as a technology will win it in any cases. So our chance to build a strong and thinking community who is using cold wallets, who knows which crypto is good for store of value like Bitcoin or Ethereum, which are decentralized, and so on. That was some issues with wallets when Degen Claim wasn't working for me in the day of claim. It was because of I used Coinbase wallet, and you have to change your wallet in your profile. You can go to settings and verified addresses, so you can see which addresses are used by you and decide to claim from this address. Coming up next, let's talk about some community building, some rules of good community building. I listened to a seminar by Marshall Rosenberg on nonviolent communication. I realized that understanding human needs is key, not only to sales but also to effective communication. Most people communicate in a coercive style. If you don't do what I ask, I will make things difficult for you, or you lose respect for you. Rosenberg's concept suggests focusing on uncovering deep needs rather than just expectations. When we want to say I can't, we replace it with empathy and explain the need that prevents us from saying yes. My example on nonviolent communication is I understand that it's important for you to be able to reach me at any time of the day. The thing is, during the day I'm busy with demanding work, building various analytical models. An unexpected call can disrupt the educational material I've been developing in my head for days. Since this is how I make a living, I can't be available all the time. It's not compatible with my line of work. So it's the example which shows why it's better than you look on needs than just you saying something like I think, because this type of communication is would be better. We will speak about this later in other cases. So it's just the first steps for you. Maybe in this type of communication, it can be useful for you if you are building community, if you are building a blog. It can be useful for your developing in this. Coming up to episode 127 of GM Farcaster. Farcaster developers led by Mendias suggest reducing the limit on cuts, reactions and links by 20% to lessen the load on the hubs. You can find them at the settings in the storage page. So Varun said, the co-founder of Farcaster, said that you can use some of forms of search in searching form. For example, you can search only in channel. You can put the name of the channel, and you can search only messages from specific username to find, for example, cast with hello from that user. If you compose a Lego for social file, action ideas from DVR, then Romero, such as gated polls based on criteria. You can only vote if, for example, A, on-chain activity, age of wallet, token balance, holding an NFT, or B, Farcaster activity, age of account, number of followers, open rank or power badge, and etc. New release of Events XYZ, it's a coordination tool for Farcaster channels and events by Matthew. It's very useful for doing meetings, any type of meetings for tabletop games, for example. And also we spoke about new article by Adrian on Paragraph for her second Farcaster writing hackathon. It was calling Why I Love Farcaster. I really loved this article, and I even did my own cast about it. So here are two most interesting thoughts that touched my heart while reading Adrian's article from Writing Hackathon. First is the cultural code of Farcaster. It's a network for builders. This could be a software, an application, a website, a company, a brand, a blog, a poem, a meal, a photography, painting, family, and so on. The second is bringing relationships into real life. 99% of people didn't know each other before meeting here, but they happily meet in real life through the your your URL and IRL pipeline called Farcaster. And I'm suggesting we have a Farcaster IRL meetup at DevCon on Bangkok from November 12 till 15. As a first step to building this new pipeline, I've created a group to coordinate Farcaster fans at DevCon in Bangkok. We will help each other to get around and organize at least one meetup. DM me to join our private group. We already have several people there. And we will discuss all things about DevCon and Farcaster event. So let's continue the giraffe thinking. What is the giraffe fellowship? In my perspective, for example, what is saying giraffe? What the giraffe principles? It's observation, feeling, and need. And what is the jackal game? It's he always saying, I think, for example, I think he's trying to take advantage of you. But this negotiation game called Giraffe Fellowship is the game that can be useful in building and understanding community. In my perspective, it's the opposite of the jackal game we were taught as kids, which is based on principle of blackmail through rewards and criticism. The jackal game is built on negotiations, I said before, I think that, and responses like, but I think that. So giraffe system is not type of this. We will discuss it in two examples. For example, when you can say thank you for article, thank you for a great article, and in my thoughts, I would say your words from the article about the IRL and URL pipeline and the builder's cultural code made my life better and made me feel grateful, realizing why I feel at home here. I even decided to hold my own meetup, receiving lots of positive feedback. So my needs to find great people to communicate. Why I don't like to communicate in Telegram chats, Telegram channels, crypto channels, because the quality of the people is extremely not resonate with me. So I like to be in Farcaster because I like this cultural code, and I want to meet with these people, positive people, builders, and that's why I love that article. So this is the example how you can say thank you in better way than just usual two words. And that's the jackal game, jackal type of thinking. The alternative to criticism was not completely good example, because some of the people say that it's passive aggression. Maybe I'm not a big giraffe, I'm just a little kid in this game, negotiation game. So maybe anyway, when you want to do critics, just remember about observation, about feeling, about empathy, and about needs of these guys who you want to critique. So this is a long game, and that's why we will speak about it later in some in other cases. Let's discuss another new episode of GM Farcaster. Tabletop games channel are taking over Farcaster. Follow iSpeakNerd.if to stay updated and participate in on-game summer. That's one of my goals, to participate in tabletop games with guys from my region, from Asia, because I cannot participate in tabletop games which are playing in Pacific time, like it's evening in Los Angeles, so it's deep night in Asia, in my region. So if somebody wants to play in tabletop games in Asia, DM me. I found another guy from Japan who wants to play in tabletop games, so we will coordinate and play together, because I like to play in tabletop games. There are over 2,000 or 10,000 hubs online now. Hub costs for node runners will increase to reduce overload. That's the news from DVR. Decentralization will be ensured by commercial companies and enthusiasts interested in Farcaster. That means that we don't need too much hubs, and cost will be reducing. And think about your node, your Farcaster node. Maybe you need to switch off it, but anyway, that's your decision. Currently, there is no way to find the difference between farmers from genuine hub holders. That's the problem. The current system also supports 10 million daily users without fragmentation. The team's main task is retaining the incoming audience, so we don't have problem to get support of this technical support of big quantity of users, but we need more people, more builders here, more interesting casters. That's the reason why I'm doing good content in Farcaster, because I want to be one of the biggest influencers in this network. Alina Ferris said, thinking that some people are upset that tips are distributed among everyone, not just those who earned them. FCC in Brussels is fantastic for networking and growth. The European Union capital seemed dangerous due to several robbery incidents involving participants. So that's quite interesting, because I didn't know that Brussels is too dangerous. That's very sad. Linda, co-founder of Bountycaster, announced the launch of the jobs section. The price for one listing is $75. Bountycaster enables Farcaster users to post and discover bounties or services. the new Bankless episode with Andrew Henderson interview. It's called Diversify Your Citizenship. Were speaking about the book The Sovereign Individual. The main idea is that governments can deteriorate the quality of goods and services for their citizens. Obtaining a second citizenship might seem unpatriotic, but loyalty should be mutual. Like when you go to a restaurant, your favorite restaurant, and it came bad, you wouldn't go in this restaurant next time. So that's why we maybe from perspective of Andrew Henderson, we need to have choice. In some countries, people even literally couldn't live unless they were vaccinated, which traps you. Moving to another jurisdiction can result in losing family ties or losing your friends. This can be useful for those who want to avoid military conscription. That's the reason why many of people live in regions which are currently in a war. Often a residence permit is enough if your country doesn't tax citizens living abroad, but if it's USA, Canada or Australia, it can be a problem. Smaller countries are often more open to new technologies and have business opportunities which you cannot find in big country. So citizenship of St. Lucia, Singapore, Malaysia or United Arab Emirates might be more attractive for those seeking more freedom and movement and lower taxes. But every case is individual, and you have to DM to Andrew Henderson, to his company, and maybe you will find your second citizenship for you. Anyway, visit the country on on extended vacation to see if you can live there, because if you come to this place only for vacation, you cannot fully imagine living in this country. Yesterday I changed my avatar because it's a reminder for me that I am giraffe. I want to be that guy that using explanation in detail what this person has brought into my life. That's why I changed my avatar. That giraffe is giving tips and explaining why he is giving tips in giraffe thinking. That's the reminder for me. And the last news will be from Daily Gwei. Free episode of Daily Gwei. Puffer, they opened Puffer Unify based rollup on Puffer Finance. That's the account in Farcaster. They have a Farcaster account. It's very great. It's very good. That they allows for pre-confirmation for fast and cheap transactions. That's one of the topics from FCC, one of the most hot topics, the pre-confirmations for Ethereum and Ethereum rollups. Some bad news from Celsius. If you withdraw funds within 90 days before bankruptcy announcement, you may be required to return the full amount. This happens to clients of the centralized service called Celsius. So, not your keys, not your coins, and even you will pay more than you were storing in Celsius. It's optimal to check the price of Ether and your portfolio no more than once a quarter. Because Anthony Sazana said he did some calculations that Ethereum prices, if you are checking Ethereum prices every day, it will be 50-50 if this day can be falling or can be rising, and that if you will take only once a quarter or half of the year, that will be 70% that it will be growth. So in crypto you don't need to check every day the prices, you need just build and use this technology and don't look on the prices. If you it will be better for you. Goldman Sachs announced the launch of free tokenization projects by the end of the year. Following BlackRock, Ethereum is becoming the global platform for tokenization slowly. So I'm very bullish on it, and Bankless and Delegway also very bullish for tokenization. They said that it's the next big thing in crypto. DevCon 7 will take place in Bangkok, Thailand from November 12 to 15. Tickets are already available. Cecil Anthony Sazana will be attending also. The third hard fork update at base improved transaction compression by 20 till 30%. That's reducing fees. Anthony will be traveling around Europe for 2.5 months in August and will be broadcasting once a week. And the last news from testnets, pre-confirmations being implemented in Ethereum testnets. This could greatly aid in scaling rollups, but it can be a centralized vector for Ethereum. Anyway, it's discussing now, and it can be a big opportunity for scaling rollups. Thank you everybody for visiting my live stream or listening this live stream. See you next week. Goodbye.